So, wonderfully courteous gentlemen. We recently spoke to Bridge Williams from the band. I'd seen them tail end of last year at the Louisiana supporting You Love Her 'Cause She's Dead. Nova Robotics also on the bill. So it was a great night. Really enjoyed it. We'll ask Bridge how he thought the gig went in just a moment. But you've been listening to the You Can EP this week, which is the last thing we heard from them.
Well, I was in Zazu's kitchen in Stokes Croft on the weekend, and I picked up the last copy of the EP, which they were giving away for free just on the counter.
Oh, excellent.
And so I've kind of taken it away. Now, I've heard a lot of the tracks kind of on their own. Like we've played them on the show, and I've been on the MySpace and had a bit of a look around on there, but I haven't had kind of like 4 solid tracks from the band next to each other and played as one. And I just thought they were great.
And now you get it.
Now I get it. I think it's original, it's exciting. There's a lot of electronic, there's a lot of synths, and there's a lot of kind of really interesting sounds. But at the same time, it's not too cool. It doesn't shy away from being quite open and maybe quite earthy and quite real, I think.
Well, as I say, when I saw them last year, I was really impressed. I liked them. There's only 3 of them on stage. But how I remembered the gig and how Bridge remembered the gig wasn't necessarily the same.
We have like a careful balance between rocking out and just going wrong. Really?
But I say this to so many musicians. You notice so much more than people going to the gig will. Yeah. Unless they're real anoraks and they know the intricacies of every single song you make, they won't notice when you make an average, an odd mistake. I don't know. It's all part and parcel of the live experience.
I don't know, man. What wild, uncontrollable feedback is hard to hide sometimes.
I thought you were doing that on purpose.
Yeah, that's the problem that sound men always have. We're like, after the gig, we'll be like, why didn't you stop that horrible buzzing? And he's like, oh, I thought that was that was part of the track.
So the tracks that we love off the You Can EP, what's the latest? You recording some more stuff?
Yeah.
You've had a hiatus, I guess.
We have had a hiatus, yeah. We're all pretty busy with work and boring stuff like that. So we've been kind of trying to write as much as possible. We did get to the point as well where we're playing quite a lot in Bristol, a bit too regularly, I think. Our crowd attendance dropped, and I'm going to blame lots of gigs as opposed to our talent, which is obviously unfolding.
No. It's a tip that we give to people when they ask. Same applies to promoters. Same applies to venues. If you put the same people on, or the promoters put on too many gigs, you tend to find that happening. You can't, until you start to influence people and people start to hear your material, you're bound to call on the same mates to come to your gigs.
Yeah, exactly.
Even they run out of enthusiasm after a while.
I know. My mum still says we're the best band in the world, and frankly, I believe her. But some say she's not the most unbiased of opinions.
That's right.
But no, we have been writing. It's the case of kind of doing the same material to death as well. I mean, we do get bored pretty quickly with material, so our tunes are always changing. And I mean, with our setup, as you know, it's all kind of electronics. We're not kind of limited by the kind of innate sound of an instrument, if you know what I mean. So it's, the computer, there's no fixed sound to a computer. You can make it do anything you want. So the songs are the same, but we always rework them. But on top of that, we've been writing quite a few new tunes recently, actually. We've got 3 up on MySpace, which are all in progress.
Okay. But we like to have them in progress. We're quite happy to play them on the show in progress.
Yeah, they're really in progress.
Oh, really? When you say in progress, you mean in progress?
Yeah. We played a Mr. Wolf's recently, and we did the majority of it was new material, which is where we wanted to be, really. And it went down really well.
A challenge or scary?
Yeah, both. We've revamped our equipment as well. We are now 100% live as well.
Oh, right.
Whereas before, I mean, we've never kind of gone for like backing tracks or anything like that. But we do drop in kind of sequence beats and stuff like that because the drum's on a click, so it all kind of stays in time. And we're already quite kind of choosy about what we'd play, which is pre-recorded loops, never like melodies or anything like that. But we've even got rid of that now. Okay. So the drums are on triggers, so all the kind of fatness of the drums is still being played by Nick, our drummer, and then everything's live. Not even any live looping.
Courteous Gentlemen. That's a track called Eight Fingers. And to quote Bridge Williams from the band, it's a tune that has been knocking about for quite a while. We usually play it live, but have only recently come to a point where we're happy enough to start recording it. All our tunes changed drastically through a bit of road testing, so it takes a while. This recording is only a demo and was done between us over the internet. They didn't even get in the same room.
I love it when you're so short of ideas that you have to use musicians' own quotes to fill up the airtimes. Richard.
I'm not filling up airtime, I'm informing our listeners.
Yeah.
Nick on drums laid down the beat and then sent it to Bridge and Dave, and they recorded it all separately, brought it all back together again, and that is still in progress. It's not finished yet.
So they never met when they recorded that?
It doesn't sound as if they ever got in the same room to record that track. I'm sure they have in the past.
I'm sure. I hope they have
and
in the past.
when they play live, but just not for that track.
No.
So if you see Wonderfully Courteous Gentlemen on the listings in the near future, it'll be brand new material. I would recommend you go and see them.
BBC Bristol introducing